Mixtape show.
Yeah, you rock with me, the one and only DJ Erica, 95.5 FM. It's the Takeover Mix Show, baby. Today we got a special guest in the building. Nathaniel is in the house. He's a singer, songwriter, producer. He worked with the likes of many people in the industry. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Yo, what's good, John, man? It's your boy Nathaniel from Brooklyn, New York. Man, I'm out here grinding, RNB. Let's get it.
Oh, man, I'm just happy to have you on the show. So tell everybody about yourself. I know that you've been in the streets pushing this hot record, Tear It Up, and it's been tearing up the streets. So tell me about yourself, where you're from, and how you started up in the industry.
Okay, yeah, man. So pretty much grew up in church, singing with the family. My whole family sang, my aunts, uncles, my brothers, sisters, grandmother, grandparents. So that's pretty much how I got into singing in general. And then me and my brothers, we started to come home and practice like Boys II Men and Jagged Edge and more of the R&B side. So we actually formed an official R&B group. From there, we started doing local talent shows and Apollo and, different things to kind of like get into it. Along the way, we all kind of had separate visions and views, so we split up. And then I started my own route as an independent singer. And my path into the industry was mainly acting as a writer. Like I would link up with DJs and say, hey, I know you need some writers for some songs, some beats that you're pushing, and after a while, artists started to leave me on the references, like the hooks, and I ended up getting a joint with Pat Poose, and then something with Ludacris, that was back in like the early 2000s, and then it turned into just like me in the studio doing joints with Wu-Tang, and then DJ Khaled, French Montana. So I realized, like, I could actually push, instead of just being a hook man, I could start dropping some singles and be in the front runner rather, and I started dropping singles. Now I got a single called Tear It Up, that you mentioned, Jay, and it's moving. We got Casanova on the remix. It's all over the world playing right now. Videos coming in like a week. We here, man.
Yeah, so we hit you at the perfect time. And you said your video dropping in a week now?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming like a week, 2 weeks the latest, but it's here.
Okay, cool. So when is it? What is the concept? Are we going to, who's the director behind it and everything else?
Well, I got my boy Jay Goldberg. He's a new videographer we've been working with for the last few videos that we put out. I put out a joint called One Wrong Move. I flipped the Trip Ones beat. I just put that out. That's like a nice little filler video. It's like I'm not going super hard with it, but it's just something that the listeners could check out if y'all want to see a current video. But Jay Goldberg is the director. And the concept is just having fun, man. Like nothing crazy, just party, fun, living a life, just good spirits, good energy.
Okay, so another question about you. As an overall artist, when it comes to writing and producing, what is your overall process when it comes to creating a record?
Well, interestingly enough, I'm recording now. Like right before you called me, I'm in the studio recording. So my process is like I'll get a beat. I used to produce my own beats, so I kind of slowed down on that so I could kind of perfect the actual artist, the singing and writing side more so. But let's say I get a beat from a producer. I'll throw it in Pro Tools. I'll load it up. And I'll just turn the mic on and kind of like put on, I'll run the track over and over again and keep singing little parts and coming up with stuff and freestyling. And I'll say, oh, that line is dope. Let me come back and fix that. Oh, maybe I can say this here. I'll hum a melody and say, oh, let me find some words for that melody. So it's just like building the record. Then once the record is fully built, I'll go back over and sing, and it's all like 1 or 2 takes. Then mix it and, then it's ready to go.
Now, that's dope. And my other question is, I know that you've been in the industry for quite some time, and of course, with you being like an R&B artist, what are the challenges you experience being an R&B artist in society today?
I feel like the biggest challenge now with R&B, and I would definitely stand behind this, is the blurred line between singing and rapping. Like now you have rappers that singing, and you have singers that's like trap singing, rapping, almost like talk singing. So then it puts like actual R&B like in this weird place where we don't know what R&B is anymore, like in terms of the new generation. So you got the trap singers, which sounds like rappers. Then you got this rappers that's doing trap rap that sounds like a singer. So it's this middle ground, and the industry is trying to call that R&B. And it's really not, though. It's like it's a different thing. So I think that's my challenge when I'm dropping records that I'm dropping. I really sing, not taking anything from anybody else, but that's not the sound right now. The sound is this talk singing thing that everybody can do. So everybody can almost get away with being an R&B, like a singer. So it makes it really hard for actual singers and actual R&B to kind of like move right now.
And like right now, of course, like I'm really big on the R&B and pushing R&B, and it is really challenging. But how do you keep yourself relevant with such a challenge in the industry?
I think with relevancy, it's the interesting thing now. You got popularity, which is also a form of musical relevancy nowadays. So you could be just popular and have funny videos on Instagram, and somehow you'll get your record played before somebody who's got actual talent. So with me personally, with relevancy, I think I don't really chase the whole relevant in terms of popularity relevancy. I think my relevancy is through me connecting with actual people, talking to people outside, talking to DJs, making sure I'm in tune with them so that they're playing records and people are hearing it in real time, and me being an actual person, an artist actually, not being a comedian. You know, I may do a funny skit here and there with some comedians, but that's just for fun. For me personally, my relevancy lies with real human contact.
You said little human contact, like you just like in your own zone?
You know what I'm saying? With real human contact, like real
human.
Like,
okay, got you. Real human contact.
Yeah, like really talking to human beings. Like, yo, what's up? I'm Nathaniel. Check this out. You know, if you got a spot, I'll come pull up and perform. Like, being there, being present, and then people really seeing me, you know, real presence.
Yeah, and it's like the piggyback off of that, like the virtual world, sometimes it could clout things and, you know, get you blurred up where you happen to be isolated, where you just focus on this thing that called social media and you forget about the importance of actually building one-on-one, face-to-face relationships with people that surrounding you and your fans, you know. So,
right.
Yeah, that's very, very important. And how is that a burden? Like when it comes to being an artist, that everything's so much played off with social media, which what it brings importance to an artist. Like, oh, they have this so amount of followers, and you know in real time you're doing some serious stuff. Like, how does that kind of like hinder an artist in the industry?
What, like going deep into the virtual world as opposed to like real followers?
Yeah. Like it's just like the comparison of, because it's like when you have like artists that come out, they could be like literally performing at various arenas, but their social media isn't as strong. So if someone goes on to social media, they'll pick the other person that has a certain amount of followers compared to you, but you're really putting in more work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how is that, you know, a hindrance and say?
Oh yeah, I would honestly say it's definitely a hindrance because it creates this false sense of it creates an illusion that you really are musically successful because you got like followers. But the interesting thing is, it does mean something. You know, if you have people that's all following you and they're supporting your music too, they come into your shows, then I guess it really means something to have these followers. But a lot of people, they'll just live through the followers in the virtual world, and they won't actually physically go make any moves. Me personally, I got a lot of followers, a decent amount online, and I feel like whenever I go out in person to meet people, those relationships solidify way deeper than the people that I meet just online. It's because when you look people in the eyes and you talk to them like face to face, then they'll follow you online and they actually become bigger supporters. Like they're like, yo, I met this dude. So I think it hinders artists because they forget that you actually can get a lot further with people in person. And there was a point in time where there was no social media. So artists, and you had to really hustle. You had to go to every club. You had to go take meetings. You had to really meet people. And I think we lose the essence of that from thinking that we could, you know, reach the whole entire world through social media. And some people are just not on social media. Like some important contacts are just not, you can't reach them online. You have to track them down in person, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And that's the thing I like to talk to, like especially like new artists, because you've been in this game for a while as a producer, songwriter, so you vet, you know what I mean. But like for the new people, that you know, I try to encourage them to really try to get out there physically and talk to people and get to know people, interacting and building social relationships. Because when you're being social, of course, your followers online is going to increase because you're meeting people, and then you'll get the best of both worlds. Because I feel like you said before, both is important. You know, but it just seemed like oftentimes people focus so much on the virtual instead of the actual physical content of people. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree. Yep. So true. So
I want to talk further about your project. Of course, you got Tear It Up, the record dropping. Do you have an EP or a project that we're going to be looking forward to entering 2019?
Yes, I do. I do have a mixtape coming out. It's going to be more like a mixtape EP, and all of the records are like flip samples of throwback beats where I took them and like I just kind of did my own thing with them. And then followed by that, I'm going to drop an actual album of all original material. So, yeah, we definitely got something. I want to drop it right after the video. So I'm thinking, like, I might just wait till first quarter, like January, just to kind of get a fresh start. but it's definitely coming, and it's done. Project is already complete.
Most definitely. I'll be on the Instagram before I go in here. I do use my social media, and I see that you got a lot of different events going on for the holidays. Can you talk about a few of those things?
Oh yeah, so we're doing a toy drive, and we're doing a Thanksgiving giveaway. So this is the second year of the toy drive, so now it's the second annual, which is like so dope for me to be like, oh, the annual. Like, it's just dope when you could come back around with something and plan it out a little further, plan it out bigger, correct some mistakes. The Thanksgiving event is the first time we're doing that. It's a turkey giveaway, like pretty much just feeding the streets, just feeding people, So this time around, hopefully with the toy drive, we got bigger sponsors. I think we already have WBLS on board, which is a big station in New York. And we're working on like Target, Cricket, Wireless, and some of the phone companies to kind of like jump on board as well. Foot Locker, I think I said Foot Locker. Foot Locker, Champs, like those type of brands to kind of jump on and push with us,
Most definitely. The community can appreciate that, the fact that you as an artist, you're making a choice to help those in need. And how does it feel when you're helping those in need? How does it make you feel as a person, just being able to be the humanitarian side of you, just showing it off to people and helping people? I'm sure that it's nice to see the people their faces light up when you're helping to make a difference in their life.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It just feels like you have the power. When you're an artist, you gain this power. It's like a superpower of attention. Attention is really the superpower that you have. Like, you have the attention of people. And it's like, what do you do with it? We all have an option to do different things. And when you can actually find a way to give back to people, it's no feeling like that. It's like, and I come from nothing too. I'm from the hood. So I've seen a few artists do it coming up, and they inspired me. Like, it's dope to come back and show people that they could actually do some good with this. It feels really good.
And I agree. Like I said, holiday season especially is a great time to give back. Now, my question about you, I want to know about your influences. Who has influenced you as an artist?
I would say the number one influence probably was Music Soul Child. I actually used to listen to all of his projects, and it taught me how to like write a record and sculpt tell a story over a beat. He don't get enough credit. I definitely feel like he's one of my the biggest influence as a creative writer that I could think of. And other than that, of course, Jagged Edge, Usher, I could even say Chris Brown, even though I'm probably older than him by a year or two. Just the years of consistency that he put out and the level of entertainment value that he provided is something that I always take notes and I learn from. Usher too, being able to come back and reinvent himself every year or so. These are things that's like they gems. This is the reason why these people are still around. So those are definitely some influences for me.
Okay, so I know we all have our careers, we got our life, our entertainment, our work, but I want to know, and the fans want to know, what do you do in your free time? Do you have any hobbies or anything that you be doing?
Well, I actually grew up playing with computers, like messing around, breaking open PCs and putting them back together. And my older brother, he was always in the IT world. Like, he always worked for corporations doing IT. So by the time I hit high school, I'm like, I think I'm getting pretty good at this computer thing. Like, I would go and help my mother's friend fix her computer. She'd give me $100, reinstall Windows and little stuff like that. So I said, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to really make something of this. I went to college. Didn't really pay a lot of attention in college because I was so caught up in music, like always. But I did finish. I got my degree in computer science. And then I worked for JFK Airport doing some whack fake tech support stuff where we would go over to the airlines and just restart their printers. That was literally all we did. But I lied on my resume and said that I was the admin of the whole JFK. So I took my resume and I brought it down to Wall Street here in New York and got a real job, in a managed service provider doing IT. So then is where I really began to learn stuff. I was in these different clients, these giant hedge funds, configuring their servers and stuff like that. And after college, though, I kind of hit the books on my own to actually learn something because I really didn't learn in school, so I had to really, really learn. So when I was sitting across the table with these people interviewing me, I knew how to answer the questions. So once I worked for Wall Street for 2 years, I kind of studied the owner of that company on how he got his clients, and then I started building my own client base outside of the IT company. It's called Zenith Technology, so that's really my thing. That's how I fund my music career.
Word, that's some major, major moves. You know, you gotta make sure that you have an extra side hustle, and display your hobbies. Put your hat in your foot in different places and stuff. So that's dope. I didn't know that about you. That's cool.
Oh, word, thanks.
Well,
I appreciate
so,
that.
of course, like I said before, what is your plan? Do you have any events going on or anything like that for people to follow? Besides, of course, you doing the Troy Drive. We talked about that. But you got any shows coming up or anything like that entering the new year or towards the end of this year?
No gigs just yet. I just said I'm gonna close out the year dropping the projects, and then once I put the EP out, I'm gonna do shows behind that. So, top of January, maybe February, I'll have my first real event where you can come out, buy a ticket. It's gonna be in the theater. I already know the theater. I know the venue that we booking, but no shows. I'm gonna close the year out just the toy drive, just giving back and putting out stuff. So, top of the year, I can actually start rolling out some events for everybody to come see me at.
Most definitely. So we're going to move forward rapid towards the end of the call. But, of course, I always give you the opportunity to give your social media and also give your shout-out. So if you can, tell that to everybody.
Yo, man, I just want to shout out my whole team, Q, my manager, Francois, my videographer, Jacob. Shout out to the Fleet DJs. Shout out to you for even giving me this opportunity. And if y'all want to find me or follow me, my Instagram is Nathaniel Online. My website is www.nathanielonline.com. And if you have an iPhone or Android, I have my own phone app that I developed with all my music, content, and stuff there. Just go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Market and type Nathaniel, Nathaniel, and then you can download my free app and just get access to everything.
Most definitely appreciate that. And, of course, we'll do my quick plug, and then I want you to introduce your new single, Tear It Up, to everybody, okay? Because we're going to drop that fire to continue to tear up the dance floors, okay?
Let's get it, man.
Yeah. So, okay, you guys, make sure you keep it locked here, 95.5 FM, and it's going to be displayed on this channel. It's also going to be on the YouTube channel. I am DJ Jerica on YouTube, and also DJTakeover.com. Got to give a shout-out to the Fleet DJs. Got to give a shout-out to the Hype Mag. And, of course, Table Matters DJs. Now, go ahead, Nathaniel. Go ahead and introduce your new record to everybody worldwide.
Yo, let's get it, man. It's your boy Nathaniel. You're about to check out that new joint. Tear it up. Just good vibes, good energy. Whatever you do in life, make sure you tear it up. Let's get it.
Baddies.
All right. Say less. Y'all want to go out tonight?
Yes.
All right. Here's to tonight. We're going to tear it up.
Nathaniel.
Hey, yo, Ned, I ain't even gonna lie. I think we got one.